Thank you so much for clicking on this and watching my video. That means a lot to me. You have no idea. Today I'm just gonna do a get ready with me kind of first impressions. It's Saturday. I don't know. This video probably will go up tomorrow. I don't have a set schedule. I apologize. I'm trying to work on that. But now with the days getting shorter and darker soon, I don't really have too much natural light to film when I get home from work. So I'm trying to film a few videos, so you'll probably see the same look, same outfit and everything for the next couple of videos here on the weekend, so I can have content for you later this week. But yeah, I did a September monthly haul, and so I thought I would use some of those products in today's video. So there's some holiday items, just some new products for me in general that I thought I would try and just share my thoughts and opinions on those. So if you want to click subscribe to my channel, that would mean a lot to me. And you know, I do mostly hauls, but yeah, I try to do some, get ready with me's and sharing reviews and just talking about like some empties that I have, and that will probably be my next video up. And my collection, I've been actually thinking I need to do another declutter series probably towards the end of this year or early next year at the latest. It's just so much makeup has accumulated. And when I first started my channel, I did a bunch of declutters because I figured that was a good time to really go through everything. We had just moved and putting everything away and making space and organizing everything. I thought that was a smart idea. But now it's just like, it seems to be overwhelming again. And I think a lot of the stuff I didn't declutter that first round, I was like, I probably should just declutter it now because it's almost a year later and it still probably was never used by me throughout the years, so I really just should. So besides that, let's get in. I'm sorry, I am just not made up, but like I said, this is why we're doing my makeup today. I ran a few errands, so I'm looking a little shiny and everything. I don't have a new foundation to try out here on the channel, so I just decided to use one of my little sample packets and, get rid of one of those. It's the La Mer Natural Foundation. Soft fluid longwear foundation there, and it's in the shade Natural 12. I think I've used one of these before and I really did enjoy it a lot, but of course I was just like, I can't spend like over $100 for a foundation when I don't wear foundation that often. And I actually just, recently purchased probably 2 or 3 new foundations, so like that's a lot for me to purchased recently since I don't really go through them that often. So I just fortunately would not be purchasing this La Mer foundation just yet. Kind of smells. Oh, I don't remember that. Maybe it's old. Kind of remember this shade being a pretty good shade match. So that's good. But then again, I did kind of get some color over the summer. Not as much as I like expected, but when it's 115 degrees out, you don't really find yourself sitting outside that often unless you're by a pool, and unfortunately we do not have a pool here. We have the lake, but I actually only went to the lake once this summer. It's just really hot when you're out by the lake, and even though you're in the water, you're still hot. It's still pretty hot, and yeah, you can't really lay out too much anyway, because then you just want to be in the water to cool off, and wearing sunscreen anyway and all that, so you don't really get too much color. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good match here. Right now, the Sephora Friends and Family sale is going on, in case you didn't know. So I actually did make a trip to my Sephora and JCPenney. So unfortunately, that's the only Sephora that we have. But I like that, at least there's the options of the like gift sets and stuff that you don't find online at the or at the regular retail store, because they have the specific JCPenney gift sets. So I always find something different there, at least. It's not kind of available to everybody that don't have a JCPenney Sephora. And it's all right. I mean, it's not that big. It's not big by any means, but they have like some brands I was surprised that they actually carried, like Fenty. They have Huda. They don't have Pat McGrath, unfortunately. They sometimes get the Natasha Denona like mini palettes, but not like her full range of products or anything like that. But like I said, the gift sets are a little bit different and everything. So that's the foundation. So it's pretty natural coverage. It just kind of smooths over everything and makes it look pretty kind of airbrush look. So I just realized after I applied that I did not apply my primer that I was planning to use. I've been like going on a no primer kick for a while lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a step that I just feel like I don't need. So I was planning to use this new I Heart Revolution primer, the Peach Delight Mattifying Primer, because I really wanted to see how matte it makes my skin look, but I guess we'll save that for another day. Sorry, guys. So foundation is on. I'm not even going to do my brows. I don't even really do anything to them anyway. That's just me. So I figured the two kind of eyeshadows I was going to test out today are the new Victoria Beckham eyeshadows. I have this little palette of hers that came out, and it's in the shade Tweed, which is like the warm tone palette here. And it's like 4 shades kind of in a stripe there. I showed that in my last haul. So I wanted to see what that's like. And I also brought in the little Too Faced Holiday Hot Buttered Rum palette. So I might have used a couple shades from here, but just in case if I thought I needed any more shades, I figured I could use that. And I also have her little, the Victoria Beckham little eyeshadow pots in case I wanted to add some shine and shimmer to my eyes. Let me put on primer for my eyes at least. So I just used my concealer pen by Arborian, the Korean brand. So it's pretty messy, and I'm not a huge concealer person. Look how messy that is. I don't like that. I'm not a huge concealer person anyway, so I just figured this would be good to use as my eyeshadow primer, to use it up, not let it go to waste. So yeah, the only bad thing about the Friends and Family Sephora sale is that you can only use the code once. They send out a code, and yeah, it's a one-time use. So you're kind of stuck. It's like, do I place my order right away in case any of the items I wanted sell out and then I won't be able to get them later? Or do I wait towards the end of the week before the sale is over, so if there's any new releases in that time, I at least can get it with the discount? So that's just kind of annoying and first world problems, you know? So right now I am holding off and waiting because I know Fenty is supposed to be releasing her holiday items, I think on the 11th, and there's some other product I know that I was waiting for. So just figured, okay, I know there's a couple of sets I really have my eye on, but I feel like haven't sold out yet. I'm gonna wait and hopefully place a big order at the end of the week and get everything that I want. Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. So yeah, let's go in. Let me use one of the shades in the Hot Buttered Rum just to lay all over the lid. So I think I'll use this kind of neutral brown shade there. My room is such a mess. I have like makeup scattered everywhere, all over the floor. I sell a lot on Mercari, the website, kind of like Poshmark and eBay and whatnot, but I don't know, Mercari, I feel like, well, it has its issues and kind of improvements that it could use. It only takes 10% of your sales, and I believe Poshmark and like eBay are 20%. So I feel like you get the most money from your sales compared to the other sites there. And I've had really good luck and experience for the most part on Mercari. So yeah, I just like do a lot of reselling on there, some new items, some, you know, gently used if that's fine by you. You know, I always recommend sanitizing it if it is gently used, but I keep all of my makeup in very good condition. So it's like barely used and probably only 1 or 2 shades might be used if it's a palette or something. So definitely recommend checking out my Mercari page. It's always linked in my profile. It doesn't let you search for your the specific user, unfortunately, which is really annoying. Even with their updates that they did to the app recently, it still doesn't, I don't think, let you search by a specific username. So I have it linked, so you click on it and then you can get to my page and follow me and see, new stuff that I list and post. I usually list stuff a couple times a week. It's just really fun, and you know, I like the idea of, putting together these orders and shipping them out and, including a little freebie or sample or something in there. So it's just a fun little side project or hobby that I guess that I keep up with. Okay. So that's just that shade, and so now let's go into this palette here. So her palettes, like I was saying, pretty like neutral, everyday kind of shades, nothing crazy or wild, because it's just like a limited number that she was coming out with. So I think she was just, ooh, that's very powdery. So I think she was just kind of going for what was more marketable and appealing for everyday users. I guess I could have used this shade all over the lid, but it looked darker in the pan. So anyway, yeah, I do Mercari on the side. Pippa is doing very well so far. She's had a couple checkups from the vet to make sure no new lumps or lymph nodes weren't swelling or anything. So far so good. Please keep her in your prayers. We know that lymphoma, unfortunately, usually returns at some point, but we're hopeful. You never know. Miracles happen. Now I'm going to take the darker brown shade here, the dark stripe here, and kind of outline it. I'm sorry if you hear my loud husband in the background. He is been obsessed with some new video game, and him and his friend go on and play together, and he's very just super loud and doesn't realize it. He's just a loud person in general, and kind of annoying. What else? I don't know what kind of look I want to do. Like I said, I didn't really plan this out, but I don't really have anywhere I'm going or anything. So I think it could just be like some fun look. Let's take the red. This red over here. I am loving the nice fall weather. Like, I'm surprised. I don't really remember this last year, but the nice fall weather that we're having here in the desert. I mean, it's still pretty hot during the day. Like right now, it's probably about 90 degrees, but it feels so nice compared to last month or August when it was like 105. So it feels so much cooler. And at night is when it's really just so nice. Nighttime and early morning where it's just like 70, 75 degrees. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this weather is so nice and crisp and cool. And it feels like fall, but it's not really. And it's just our type of fall here. So that's really been pleasant. So these shades are okay. I mean, they're very blendable, very kind of easy to work with, but they also aren't like, I feel, super pigmented. Granted, I am using, the same brush for all the shades so far. I mean, part of me just bought this palette because I was planning to get the eyeshadow pots anyway, and I was like, well, if I'm placing an order, I might as well try one of the palettes and see how it goes. And I really did like the packaging a lot, so that kind of helped me. But do I think it's worth the, I don't know, 50 something dollars for this? No, I don't think so. I think you should definitely save your money or get something else for that matter. So I'm just going to take the dark brown shade again and kind of do my lower lash line. So you can see it's not very pigmented. So what did I end up buying at my JCPenney Sephora? So basically, I got a skincare set by Ulla Henriksen. It has the Truth Serum, the Banana Bright Primer Mini, the Banana Bright Eye Cream Mini, and the Sea Rush Moisturizing Gel. So that was a nice set that I didn't see online. I also picked up, the Too Faced Gingerbread Man bronzer and lipstick set that has the cute little gingerbread makeup bag and bronzer. So I ordered it off Sephora. I showed it in my last haul, and unfortunately the lipstick came like kind of melted and defective. It just looked really weird on the one part of the lipstick. And I called Sephora and they sent me a replacement, so that was very nice of them. But the replacement, the lipstick was bad again. Even it was even worse this time. It was like not placed in the tube straight. It was kind of crooked, like you could see it like leaning a little bit. And so when you twisted it up and down, it just kept rubbing against the side of the lipstick, like the inside. So it kept like messing up one part of the lipstick, and it also kind of looked melted and just gross. And it was just like so frustrating. It's like I've never had a replacement from Sephora come where the same thing was happened again to the same exact item, or this time even worse. And by then it was already sold out on Sephora online, and it just happened to be at my JCPenney Sephora. So I was very surprised to see that. I asked the girl if it was okay to open it and make sure the lipstick wasn't messed up again. And she said that was fine. And this one was totally fine. So I ended up purchasing that one so I can get the lipstick this time all nice and new and everything. Okay, so let's use one of these shadows. Should I try the white one? I swatched it in my video, but the swatch didn't turn out very good. So let me try and use this kind of all over or part of the lid now and see how it looks with my finger. I mean, online, the swatch of this just looked gorgeous. This was like the main reason I wanted to place an order, was for this shadow alone. Okay, yeah, it definitely does apply better compared to this awful swatch I did, but maybe that was just because I used the loose pigment on the cap, not actually pressing it into the pot. It's actually really pretty. Yeah, the shade. So it's called Blonde, but it's definitely this gold shimmery metallic shade here. I really like that shade. I swatched the mink shade as well, and that was just like beyond gorgeous. It was like this beautiful gray taupe minky color, and it was just so sputtery and pigmented. But this one is really pretty on the eyes now that I'm using it. So I feel like this is kind of like a unique formula because it's sort of like a pressed powder when you see it here. But it's kind of crumbly looking, so I don't know if they like really pressed this one. It's definitely more crumbly looking than the mink shade. It kind of, I don't know, it just has this very reflective shine that you seem to be able to accomplish with your finger, at least. I don't know. I just never get the same outcome with a brush, or, you know, if I was to use like MAC Fix Plus or anything, I just don't feel like it's the same as just using my finger. So what's nice is that there's not too much fallout from applying that. You know, I thought there might be a lot of fallout since it's a little bit crumbly and loose, but I pretty much applied where I was patting it with my finger, so I think that's really a good pro to that. So now let's see here. Something else new. So I'm going to use this new Tarte palette that I think is this Macy's exclusive or whatever. And I don't know. I thought it was like one of their holiday releases, but it definitely isn't holiday. But I don't think it was spring either because it was under the the new arrivals and everything. So I'm not going to use my huge bronzer brush because it won't just kind of fit in these pans. So I'm just going to use this kind of contouring brush and tap it in this bronzer shade. Oh, that's very, it looks very warm. So we'll see. Okay, not too bad. Not like, it's kind of hard to tell in the pan because it did look like it could be a little bit orangey. And then I also got my JCPenney Sephora a little perfume sampler. I was a dope though and didn't read that it's actually just the little, perfume samples that you get with orders and stuff. I thought it was actually, I don't know why I thought this. I thought it was actually like not rollerball, travel size rollerballs or anything, but I thought it was like deluxe size kind of vials to try out. And so I was like, oh, that's a really good value. Let me get this. And then I come home. I didn't even really read the stupid tin there. And it's like, yeah, it's these little perfume samples that you get when you purchase orders and stuff. So I was like, the only redeeming quality is that it's the Sephora Favorites perfume set. So with the set, you can you have a voucher to go and redeem only in a JCPenney Sephora for a full-size rollerball or travel spray of one of the scents in that set. So whichever one that you found that you like the best, you could go in and get a full size for free. So that's nice, but I thought they were like bigger deluxe size samples, so that was kind of disappointing. Here, now I'm going to use the new Anastasia Beverly Hills, Vegas loose highlighter. So I'm just peeling off the sticker here since it's new and I have not used it yet. So it has this little sifter kind of falling out there. Tap it. So I don't really know. This I've never used an Anastasia loose highlighter before. So I don't know if they're glittery. The swatches of it looked really nice. Ooh, kind of looks like I have to buff that. It just looked like a very nice champagne-y gold. I keep shaking some out and it keeps falling all over the place. So you get a very generous amount that probably will be more than you ever need. Let me just check here. Oh, yeah, see, I can't tell in the camera screen how much is really being applied and what it looks like. So this side is very, very blinding there, and this side not so much. But you know, I'm not going anywhere, so why not give that extra bling. Okay, highlighter, blush. I'm going to use the new Hourglass Ghost Blush Quad. I don't know why they're calling it Ghost for this holiday season. So I got the quad, and I just love that they're doing a quad as well this year on top of the 6-pan palette, because, you know, that one's $80. Not everybody has $80 to spend, and I really enjoy their powders and blushes. And so I really appreciate the fact that they made a smaller palette available as well. And I think these colors are really pretty. I think most of them are, I think most of the blushes are new, except for maybe Brilliant Nude. But I don't know. They all kind of start sounding the same and confusing me. So I have a couple of their palettes from previous years. So this one I just really wanted to get. I think I'm going to do this pinky one up here. Yeah, let's try this pinky one. I haven't tried that one yet. And, ooh, a lot of blush. I might get the 6-pan still. I'm still deciding. I'm trying to decide if I really need it because I really don't use my other palettes too often. But, you know, if you could definitely get it on sale, just kind of makes it a little bit easier because they never go on sale otherwise. Like Hourglass products, like I never see a sale on their website or anything, especially for those palettes because they would just fly off the shelf. My skin has been acting okay, like not too many breakouts, like especially like nothing like huge and noticeable, but I've been noticing some texture and some tiny bumps. So probably can't tell too much in the camera, but I definitely put on a lot of highlighter and a lot of blush. So sometimes I just cannot use a light hand. I just don't know. I'm going to try a new setting powder. I'm still trying to use up my Becca Hydra Mist powder. That thing just keeps going and going. It's like the freaking Energizer Bunny. But this new powder is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Loose powder. So I thought the banana powder might be too dark, but actually I think it looks okay, especially like buffed out. Oh, the other day I was cooking dinner for me and Dan, and I was cooking steaks, and I put the pan in the oven to cook them a little bit more and cook through. And I do this every single time. Every time, without fail, I'll take the pan out of the oven with an oven mitt, I'll place it on the stove, and then somehow I forget in the few minutes that it came out of the oven and placing it on the stove, I forget that it was in the oven and I go and reach for the handle and burn myself. Like without fail, every single time it's happened. But this time I like is the worst that I've ever done. I full on grabbed the handle, like wrapped my whole hand around it and screamed and immediately took it away. But I don't know, you probably can't see it, but yeah, right there's the blister. Definitely like right there. It was not, I mean, it could have been worse, but the rest of the night I had to hold an ice pack. And when I showered, I was holding an ice pack because that just hurt. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just gonna hurt for days and days and days. How am I gonna deal with this? How am I gonna go to work like this? But luckily, holding the ice pack overnight, even like while sleeping and everything, definitely must have like helped, because the next day it was pretty much better. I did not have like any pain or anything anymore, so that was a relief. I was like, I cannot ever do that again. It was so bad. And for lips, I'm gonna try a lip liner. I don't usually wear lip liner. I think the powder helped smooth out stuff and kind of gave me like a blurred kind of effect. So I like that powder, and it's not too dark, I don't think. So I'm going to use a lip liner, and it's just like one of the little Bite mini lip liners. These are on sale at Sephora. They've been on sale for a very long time. Because apparently, and now their Amuse Bouche lipsticks are also on sale, because apparently they're going to get rid of that line and do some new product. I don't know what, because they're mostly just like a lip brand. So maybe they're coming out with a new formula, even though I really like their formula. So we'll see. My lips are really dry. I should have exfoliated them or put something on, like a balm or something. So this is the shade 22. And so the reason I'm putting on a lip liner is I'm going to use one of the new Too Faced Holiday lip glosses that I wasn't too crazy about, but I figured I'll try them. And this is the shade Spice Cake, so I wanted to have a base color or something to layer this over. It smells really good. I think that went really nice over that lip color. I wasn't that crazy about this lip set was because they look super glittery in the tube. And I was like, why can't they just make them glosses? Why do they have to be glittery? Blah, blah, blah. But it's not like super glittery when you apply it. I mean, it gives it a nice shine and kind of a little bit of a sparkle, but not like chunks of glitter all over your lips. And it's not sticky. I mean, you could feel a little bit of the glitter particles, but not really bad or anything. So that is spice cake. And like I said, it smells like cinnamon almost, and it's just very, just yummy. So that is the lips. And last but not least is the setting spray, which is new for me. Is the Ofra Rodeo Drive Face and Body Mist, a radiant setting spray. I usually stay away from radiant since I have oily skin, but I tried this on my body, like on my legs and stuff, and it wasn't like that shimmery. So I was like, okay, maybe I can use it on my face now. So let's just see. Okay. At first it was squirting out, like not spraying out. So I was like, So that is my makeup look for the day, even though I'm not going anywhere. I really do like the Victoria Beckham eyeshadow pots. So I think those are definitely worth your money, not the palettes themselves. The loose highlighter was nice. It just has to be very light hand. I went kind of ham on that. The blush was nice. I also went kind of ham. And I like the lip product. So yeah, and of course the foundation I think just looks very smooth and covers up all my kind of discoloration and dark spots and everything. So unfortunately, I will not be buying that anytime soon, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this, and sorry for just kind of getting off topic and hearing me ramble on, but thank you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.